Hello, my wonderful friends. I hope you're doing well, and I just wanted to say happy belated 508. It is 5:09 currently, aka May 9th. So 508 refers to May 8th, which is my birthday. And that was yesterday. We had an amazing celebration, and I just wanted to make a little video as like a video diary of this current point in time, because I just think it will be something that's so special and so fun to look back on. So if you're new here, my name is Jess. I am currently documenting and living out a digital nomad lifestyle that is just so much fun, and I'm so grateful to be doing right now. If you hear some birds in the background or city noises, I'm coming to you from Cape Town, South Africa, which is, oh, that bird is loud, which is where we spent my birthday. So yesterday, like I said, it was my 31st birthday, and it was a really special day. So it was a pretty elaborate plan, and I'll just go through that with you. So how we started the day was we woke up at 4 a.m., which is not my typical preference whatsoever. I do not like to wake up early, and I love sleeping in, but we had an experience booked with Get Your Guide to go hike Lion's Head, which is one of the mountains here in Cape Town. And on Tuesday it was horrible weather. It would have just been complete fog and clouds. So we got pushed to Wednesday. They asked if we wanted to do it. So I thought, let's go for it. Birthday hike, will extend the birthday and have it be as long as possible. So we started the hike when it was very dark out and it was pitch black. And then we got up there about 15 minutes before the sun started rising. So it was perfect timing. The hike was incredible and beautiful, but I was definitely physically struggling a bit. I know I've talked about this before, but I deal with some chronic illness symptoms, and yesterday, unfortunately, we had a lot of instances of those flaring. So just starting the hike, I was feeling a little nauseous, a little woozy, but I, persevered. My tips for those, if anybody else experiences this too, I have peppermint oil that I put under my nose, and also tummy drops. They're on Amazon, and those save me on more occasions than I could count. So both of those things were in use at that time, and about probably halfway through the hike, I started feeling a bit better. I think just being up that early and having, some stomach uneasiness the day before and hiking uphill definitely set me off. So anyways, we got up there. The hike was really great, but I don't think I've done a hike like this before. It kind of swirled around the mountain instead of just going straight up. So we were definitely we were doing all the things. We were walking up paths, there were stairs, and there were also ladders, which I've never been on a hike with ladders before. We were hiking with my friend Angela, who is visiting here in Cape Town at the same time we are. She literally planned her trip because she had some time off in May and was wondering where we were going. She was just looking to go international, and we told her we were in Cape Town, and she decided to coordinate her trip and come down here. So her mom's coming down next week, and they're gonna do traveling together, but we're getting to hang out together this week. Angela lives in Denver, Colorado, so she's really into hiking. She's really good at these things. So this probably was, more on the easy medium scale for her. But it was really fun to do a hike all together. And yeah, so we did the ladders. We were straddling the rocks, we were holding on, doing all the butt scoots, making sure we were safely hiking up and down. But the view was amazing from up top. We could see everything, all of Cape Town, Camps Bay, Sea Point. The sun rose, and it was gorgeous. It was so beautiful. And we took some photos, and we just sat and enjoyed. And our tour guide was so nice. He was very patient with me because I was definitely straggling at the end of the group. But he, knew it was my birthday. He brought cookies for my birthday. They sang. It was really sweet. So had a great time on the hike. And then the way down was a lot easier. I felt much better. But we went to a restaurant that had bagel sandwiches, and we kind of chose it on a whim. Ange had 3 recommendations from her Airbnb host, Roshinda, who has been hooking us up with the recommendations. This bagel place was so good. I got a breakfast bagel sandwich, but they had everything from like a schnitzel bagel sandwich to like I think there was like pulled beef or something, and pesto. There were so many unique kinds, and the green juice was also very good. Best green juice I think I've ever had. And also they had these little chocolate croissants that were just to die for. Everything was so good, and we, you know, we didn't plan ahead on that. We just kind of picked. There were 3 places in Sea Point all in a row, and we landed on that one, and it was so good. And we also had like a total synchronistic moment when we were in Denver last summer with Angela. We went to a bagel place as well. It was called Call Your Mother, and Ange and I also worked at Disney together. We did VIP tours, but on the wall in this restaurant that we chose, there was a sign that said Call Your Mother, and right next to it was a picture of Mickey Mouse. Very weird, very synchronistic. I like to take that as a little sign from the universe. So that was great. We had a great breakfast, really enjoyed it. From there, I didn't know what we were gonna do next, and Steven, being the angel that he is, planned out the rest of my birthday and set everything up. He's like, you won't have to lift a finger, just trust me. And that is really hard for me to do because I love to plan, but at the same time I was like just so excited to not have to plan and get to lean into this and be surprised and just enjoy it. And that's exactly what I did. So he went above and beyond. He set up a spa day for me at one of the hotels here in Cape Town, and it was beyond like anything I could have ever dreamed of, and it was so relaxing, which I definitely needed after that hike. I had a really nice treatment. They had a Finnish sauna in there, so it was like when we were in Finland and when we got engaged, it brought me right back to those moments. And they have little pools and a nice area outside where you could lay down, which I took a nap during my little break and had some nice snacks. It was a luxurious experience, and I really enjoyed every second of it. I didn't realize I was going to be such a spa girly in my late 20s, early 30s, but that is like the prime gift. So boyfriends, fiancés, husbands out there, take note. You're never going to go wrong with a spa day. You really aren't. But from there, Steven was coordinating on the back end too. He came back to our Airbnb, packed up everything, and then we checked in for a night at one of the hotels on the V&A waterfront, which I had had my eye on this hotel since the first day we got to Cape Town. It was just, it's right in the middle of everything. It's so cute. I just didn't know if it would happen, and he just coordinated it all together. I could not be more grateful. I cried a lot. Like, I was just so thankful and happy, and it's just, I'm speechless. So anyways, so after the spa, we did check into the hotel. I was so excited. I was like overloaded with joy and excitement, but I did start developing the headache again from being up early. The spa did give us some champagne, which I probably shouldn't have drank, and I just had the worst headache ever, which turned into nausea, which just turned into a whole body flare of symptoms. So that's how I spent my birthday evening. We had plans to go to the waterfront, go out to dinner with Angela, and that did not end up happening because I was too nauseous to sit up. So we ended up canceling that, but it worked out fine in a sense. I mean, I was very uncomfortable, but you know, this happens. But we hung out in the hotel room. I literally checked into this hotel room and I did not leave until we checked out. And I just laid in bed and watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine literally all night, and ordered some room service for anything I could stomach. So chicken and mashed potatoes and rice. So it was fine. It was a little disappointing just to not feel good when so many amazing, incredible things were happening. I just wanted to like feel good to just experience the excitement to the fullest extent, but I did in the way that I could, and that's all that matters. And I was, you know, I was with Steven, so I was very happy with that, and I was in an incredible place. So you gotta look at the positives, even if it is uncomfortable and makes you very anxious and sad. So, you know, that's kind of the behind the scenes of what was happening. But we made up for it the morning after. We went down to the waterfront, and this was my physical birthday present, was this Cape Town crew neck from Steven, and I love it. I love it, because I have a crew neck obsession, and I have been traveling with one this entire time for phase 2. So I'm really excited to have a new one. I'm going to live in this and wear it every day, probably until we leave Cape Town, and then probably from thereafter. So very excited about this, and we got a few postcards that we'll send out to family, and, you know, did a little walkthrough on the waterfront this morning. But then we went over to the most magical and unexpected afternoon tea at Mount Nelson. So this one was shout out to Angela. Her friend gave us a recommendation to check it out. She had some scuba diving plans this morning. This is just so crazy to say. She was scuba diving this morning, so we had the morning free, and I was like, we love afternoon tea, so I was like, do you want to go? And you have to book it in advance, so I booked it a few days ago. Considered not going because I still wasn't feeling 100%, but I was like, you know what, drinking tea will be the best thing I can do for myself, because tea always makes you feel better, right? But we got there, and oh my god, this afternoon tea that was the best one I've ever been to. We sat out on the back patio. There's like a garden area back there. Oh, I forgot to mention, the whole hotel is pink. It's a pink hotel. I believe it was built in 1899, I want to say. And the whole experience from start to finish was unbelievable. The tea setup was that you got to pick your own tea, unlimited, but it came in like whole teapot, so we each got 2 different types, so we got to try 4 in total. There was a savory tray, and then a scone basket, and then a sweets tray, and then also a dessert buffet or a cake selection inside as well. I felt like we were in a movie, in a dream. I cried multiple times. I'm very emotional. I think when I don't feel good, I get a little extra emotional, but it's also my birthday, and I'm just in this like overflowing state of excitement and gratitude for everything. It's just been so special. But there was this live piano player that played so many incredible songs. He played Happy Birthday, which was great, and they brought out some little chocolates for the birthday celebration. He also played some ABBA songs and some Frank Sinatra songs and a bunch of other ones that I don't even remember because I was in like a total state of bliss. But that piano player he was magic. Like, he was so good. It was so special. If you're coming to Cape Town and you like afternoon tea, or even if you've never done one and you want to do one, it is the best one I've ever done. The food was so good. The ambiance was cinematic. The service was amazing. Everyone was so nice, and I just loved it. I cannot even put into words how amazing it was. That brings us up to the current moment. So we are going to be wrapping up our time in Cape Town very soon. We only have a few days left, and I'm sure your next question is what's next. But we are heading back up to the Europe UK area for a little while. We are doing a week in Stockholm for Taylor Swift. Nobody is surprised there. We got some tickets during the original sale. My friend Brooke got them. After that, we're gonna go do a trusted house sitters in the English countryside and lay low for a little while. And then after that, we have some family trips coming up, so stay tuned for all the fun. But before we go, I wanted to finish up this little travel diary time capsule with a year of growth journal entry. This is my favorite journal of all time. It is from the store DreamyMoons, and she's located in Australia but ships worldwide, and she makes the best journals in the world. So I have been journaling in this particular book this entire year. I've gotten these journals, I think, for the past 4 or 5 years, and it's really the only journal I need. I love journals. I could just collect them, and I kind of do when I'm home, but since we are on the go and I am trying to minimize the amount of stuff in life that I am accumulating, this is the one. This is the golden journal. She has birthday pages in here, so I thought it would be fun to go through the entry and to just read what I wrote to eternalize this moment in the vlog. So we have it for future 508s, future birthdays. It is so crazy because I was thinking about it, I'm like, it would be really cool if I would have had birthday vlogs where I'm just talking from past years. So why not make one in the present and then be able to look back on it in the future? I think that's really cool. So for the birthday pages, it says, save these journaling pages for your birthday, reflect on how you have grown, and create a time capsule of who you currently are. I love that. So it says, I turned 31 on 5/08/24. I feel, fill in the blank, and I just said so thankful. And I don't even know if that's an adequate word because that only scrapes the surface. I'm really, really thankful for everything. So significant moments of 30. Number 1 is obviously getting engaged to the love of my life, Steven. I'm just so happy. Anyways. Starting phase 2, that was a huge significant moment. Nomading has been the best experience of my whole life, and phase 2 has been beyond my wildest dreams. I don't even know. What is even happening? Like, I don't know. Next, cutting my hair. I've had long hair since I was a child. I like my short hair. I love my long hair, so I want to grow it out again, especially for our wedding. But it's been nice for traveling, that's for sure. Another significant moment was the African safari. That really, really blew me away. It felt very full circle, just because we grew up going to Animal Kingdom and doing Kilimanjaro safaris and then doing a real one. So I feel like that was just a manifestation unfolded in such a beautiful way. Another significant moment was going skydiving when we were in Costa Rica. Never thought I would go skydiving ever. And lastly would be the Eras Tour. It has been an Eras Tour year. Taylor Swift has been thriving. I've been a fan since debut, so I'm in my element right now with all that's going on with her, and I'm really, really excited to see her again next week. Holy cow. Crazy. Next, current projects. Number 1 is building my YouTube channel. I am having so much fun making vlogs and sharing them with you guys, as you know. It's been so fun. I think I created this channel in 2018 for when I went on my trip to Asia with my friend Bobby, and I used it casually and did some vlogs back then. I circled back to it for phase 2 because I realized how much I genuinely love making vlogs, and I had a lot of beliefs that were just in the way of it's too hard or it's too much time and blah blah blah, like all this noise. And I realized it's one of my favorite things to do is to record and edit the vlogs. So I'm hoping in the next year my YouTube channel continues to grow and we can just keep creating, because it's so much fun and I love it. It's a time capsule like we're talking about today. And you know, this is not an obligation whatsoever, but if you did want to spread a little 508 love, if you want to share your favorite video with someone that you love, or my channel, or post about it on social media just to help the channel grow a little bit, that would be an amazing birthday present. I'm loving it. I love putting my heart and soul into this. I love this little community that we have here and on Instagram, and blending that all together and just welcoming in new friends, new faces. So I hope you're having as much fun as I am. It's a really special spot, so happy to be here. Other current projects we're working on: making phase 2 happen. That is definitely a full-time project. Wedding research, of course, we're getting into that season. Personal and spiritual growth, that is a never-ending project. And healing my body has been a continuous project for the last 5 years or so, and it's getting better. I would say some days I'm like, I'm healed, and then days like today I'm like, maybe we're just having a little dip, and we're gonna get back to it. But last current project that we're working on is just building a life that I love. I just want to find enjoyment in every day, look for things to be grateful for every day, and just live in it and actually enjoy it and feel and be with whatever's happening. And I think that's cool because I really spent a lot of my younger life rushing to the next thing, and I just love being in the moment now. So we're wrapping up here. The next question is, what are the biggest lessons I learned during 30? Number one, everything really is temporary, and that is okay. You don't have to hold on so tight to things because they're always changing. So whether something good is happening or something bad, I think in the past I wanted to hold on to those good moments because I never wanted them to go away. And I think that comes from a place of being in lack and not knowing that more good things are on the way. So that's a really good awareness to have. And then on the other end of the spectrum, wanting to push away the bad moments so fast, like wanting to just wish months away so I would feel better, and not realizing that it doesn't matter how much time goes by, it matters how much my internal landscape shifts. So yeah, just being okay with all of that and knowing that everything's temporary, and like that's the way of life, and not trying to hold on and not trying to change and control. So next, the most pain and suffering occurs when I'm unable to accept things as they are. There's no need to alter things I can't control. I just said that. Next, the universe always provides. The more I surrender, the more fun I have and the more joy I experience. And whenever we have a pivot, whenever we have a hiccup in the plans or whatever it is, something gets canceled, something gets rescheduled, I always just lean into it, and it always works out so much better than I ever thought. So I am just excited to constantly trust the flow of life, trust that the universe and God, or whatever term you use, really has everything in divine perfection, in divine order. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. And lastly, what are you most looking forward to during 31? Number one will be planning our wedding, of course. This is gonna be our wedding planning year. Like that's exciting. Also, all of the travels that we have planned, we have an amazing little lineup to continue on here. Next would be growing spiritually, of course, and just continuing to come back to my true self. Also making more YouTube videos, which I love so much, as you know. And then just experiencing moments of joy, flow, passion, and pure enjoyment. And that's that. So thank you so much for watching. Happy 508, and here's to another year. I'm really excited to see what's in store. And yeah, thank you for being here. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment, all the things. And I'll talk to you next time. I appreciate you all, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.